I am doing a new thing now. It springs up. Do you not perceive it? My child, come close. Still your heart for a moment. There's something I want to speak deep into your soul. This isn't just another video, another message, another scroll in your day. This is divine interruption. This is me, your Father, stepping into your atmosphere to speak what you've been aching to hear. I have not been distant from your pain or blind to your prayers. I have been planning something. Before we go further, if you feel my presence even now, if something inside you is stirring, then I'm asking you from the depths of my heart. Write this in the comments right now. Lord, I am listening. I promise to stay with you till the very end because I have something waiting at the end of this message that will shift your life forever. Honor this moment with me. You've been walking through a season that's felt like silence. A silence so thick it felt holy and haunting at the same time. You kept hoping that each day would be the one when the breakthrough would come. But it didn't. You watched others receive answers, open doors, celebrations, while you stood in the same hallway, wondering if yours had been forgotten. There were moments when you didn't just ask if I saw you. You began to wonder if I'd stopped listening altogether. I heard the whisper that you dared not even speak aloud. God, do you still care? And in every one of those moments, child, I was closer than your own breath. I was sitting with you in the quiet. I wasn't ignoring you. I was incubating something deep within you. Just like a seed doesn't see the sun as it's buried under the weight of the earth. You felt hidden and crushed. But my dear one, I wasn't burying you. I was planting you. And what I plant, I water. What I water, I raise up in due season. And your due season is closer than you realize. You may have thought I was punishing you with delay, but I never punish with silence. I purify with silence. I draw you closer in the absence of noise. I teach you to hear the whisper when the crowd stops cheering. I quiet every other voice so you can finally hear mine clearly. Because if your identity had been formed in constant affirmation or applause, you would have forgotten the one who gave you the breath to begin with. Now listen, every shut door was a shield. Every unanswered prayer was a redirection. I said no to some things not because I wanted to break your heart but because I wanted to protect your purpose. I have been preparing something for you. Yes, something greater than what you prayed for. But I was also preparing you for that thing because if I had given it to you too soon, it might have crushed you instead of blessed you. You cried, Lord, this feels unfair. I answered, Child, this is favor in disguise. Because the favor that truly lasts is not the kind that shows up fast. It's the kind that is forged in the fire of waiting. The kind that carries weight, the kind that builds character, the kind that walks into the promise with humility, not pride. I've been pruning you, and I know pruning hurts. It cuts away what once grew, what once bore fruit, what once made you feel alive. But child, I only prune what I intend to cause to flourish. I've never pruned a branch I didn't believe in. If I cut something off, it wasn't rejection. It was investment. It means I see more in you than you see in yourself. It means I'm making space for more. Do you remember those nights you wept when no one knew? When the room was dark, the silence loud, and your heart heavy with questions you were too afraid to voice? I was there. Every tear that fell was not ignored or unseen. I caught them all. Each one like a priceless gem I collected and preserved in the vaults of heaven. Not a single drop slipped past my notice. You may have cried in pain, confusion, even anger. But child, I received those tears as prayers too deep for words. In that silence, you might have thought you were abandoned. You looked around and saw no one. You reached out and no hand grabbed yours. But I was already holding you. I was wrapping you in my presence when you didn't even know to call out. Because I never need an invitation to stay with my child. I come because I love you. Every tear was more than sorrow. It was soil. Yes, soil. Because while the world saw collapse, I saw the beginning of your growth. In those very moments, I was allowing your roots to go deep, deep into me, deep into faith, deep into trust, not built on outcomes, but on my nature. You see, growth doesn't always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like darkness. But that's what happens when roots are growing. They don't grow in the spotlight. They grow in hidden places. And I was allowing yours to dig into eternal soil so that when I raise you up, and yes, I will, you won't sway in the wind of opinions or collapse under the weight of success. You'll stand strong because you're rooted in me. Let me ask you something, child. When you were crying and thought no one heard, did you ever feel a strange peace in the middle of it? That was me. I was near, closer than your next breath, whispering truths over you, even when your mind couldn't grasp them. I was strengthening your inner being while your outer world was breaking apart. I want you to understand those were not wasted nights. Those were holy nights, sacred nights. They were not the evidence of abandonment. They were the evidence of preparation. Say it now in the comments. God, I now see what you were doing in my hidden nights. Look back, not with bitterness, but with awe. Yes, awe. Because in those moments when you thought you were withering, you were actually being watered with my mercy, with my compassion, with my word. It wasn't obvious, and that's what made it powerful. Faith doesn't grow in visibility. It grows in the invisible. And now that root system is strong enough to carry what I'm about to place on your life. The time of showing is near, not to display your greatness, but to reveal my faithfulness. You are my garden, and the season of blooming is approaching. But child, remember what you grew in the dark is more valuable than what others will applaud in the light. Because it cost you something, because it came through pressing and weeping and not quitting. Do you know how proud I am of you for not quitting? You didn't even realize you were passing the test when you chose to worship me in that silence. That praise you whispered in pain shook heaven. That cry in the middle of the night broke through more than you know. And now the season is changing. Comment below if you believe it. My hidden season was holy and my blooming season is near. You may feel unqualified, but my presence qualifies you. You may feel forgotten, but I never stop thinking about you. Even now, I'm speaking this word to remind you that I have not overlooked you. Not once. I've seen your endurance, your heart, your faith. And just like a tree that stands firm through the storm, you will soon offer shade to others who are weary. So don't resent the weeping nights. Remember them because they are your testimony. They are your training ground and they are the proof that you were always mine. I want you to write it now in faith. Thank you, Father, for turning my tears into testimony. Because what's next? It will be beautiful. Not just because of what you'll receive, but because of who you've become. And I wouldn't trade a single tear you shed because I've used everyone to water a harvest you're about to see. You've wondered why it's taken so long. You've questioned my timing in secret moments, even when your lips were silent. You've compared your journey to others, wondering why their paths seem so swift, while yours has felt so slow, so hidden. But child, when you're building something eternal, something unshakable, you don't rush the foundation. You fortify it. You reinforce every corner. You measure every stone. You prepare it to hold a glory far weightier than anything temporary. I wasn't punishing you by making you wait. I was protecting what I'm building in you, my precious one. If I had given you what you asked for when you first asked it, you would have walked into it with cracks beneath your feet. I am too loving to allow you to be crushed under a weight you weren't yet built to carry. I know the storms that lie ahead. I see the winds that blow when elevation comes. I see the pressure that tries to ride on the back of success. And I knew I had to anchor you. Not in applause, not in affirmation, not in visible fruit, but in me. Deep in my word, deep in my presence, deep in the truth of who you are in me. Every day you waited and felt forgotten. I was placing more strength inside of you. I was writing endurance into your bones. I was teaching your spirit to lean into me, to listen when the crowd faded away, to know my voice in the quiet. You felt stillness, but I was moving within you. You experienced silence, but I was speaking in whispers that only trust could hear. Child, I have been anchoring you so deeply in me that when the winds of promotion come, and they will, you won't be shaken. You won't be uprooted. You won't collapse under pressure. You will rise steady. You will walk boldly. You will carry the promise without losing your peace. Because you were prepared for this. You were molded in the fire, sharpened in the shadows, and refined in the waiting. And oh, the doors, they will begin to fly open, one after another. Things you thought you missed will come around again. Opportunities you stopped praying for will knock. Relationships that were lost will be restored or replaced with something better. Provision will flow from places you never expected. The floodgates of favor are near, but you won't panic. You won't be frantic. You'll stand. You'll remember the stillness. You'll recall the nights when you had nothing but me. You'll hold on to the strength that was forged in those quiet seasons. And when the world sees the doors opening, you will quietly smile and say, This is what he was preparing me for. So take heart. The wait has not been wasted. The delay has not been denial. The preparation was not punishment. It was preservation. It was process. It was promise. Write this now in the comments as your declaration of trust. Lord, I see now you are building something eternal in me. And watch what I do next. Because now that the foundation is solid, I will begin the unveiling. What I whispered in private, I will fulfill in public. What I planted in the dark, I will bloom in the light. And when people ask how you got here, you'll say, not with pride, but with humility. The Lord built me for this. So now I ask you again, my beloved, can you see it? Even just a sliver, that fragile but bright shimmer of hope at the edge of your horizon. That quiet tug in your heart that dares to believe again. Yes, that's me. That's not just a fleeting feeling or some vague optimism. That is the whisper of my spirit nudging you, saying, look again. Rise again. Trust again. You may not see the full picture yet, but I know you can feel it. Something is changing. Even if nothing in your surroundings has shifted yet, even if the job hasn't come, the door hasn't opened, the report hasn't changed, your spirit knows because your spirit hears me. Even when your eyes cannot yet perceive what I'm doing. That, my child, is the beginning of your dawn. You're stepping out of night. And I don't just mean the kind of night that comes with sleep. I mean the spiritual kind, the emotional kind, the kind that felt endless, the kind that made you question your own faith, the kind that tried to convince you you'd never rise again. That night is breaking. I am the one lifting the veil, not slowly, not hesitantly, but intentionally. I am peeling it back layer by layer because the time has come for you to see clearly again. I am the one parting the curtain between what you've endured and what you're about to embrace. There's a line being drawn in the sand of your soul. What was ends. What is begins. What's next is me. Can you feel that shift, child? That holy restlessness, that sacred stirring, that is not random. That is not your imagination. That is me calling your spirit to attention. That is me whispering, get ready, because I'm turning the page in your story, not just editing the old chapter. No, I am closing it entirely. The plot twist has arrived. The theme is about to shift. You are stepping into a chapter unlike anything you've read before. One that holds laughter where there were tears, healing where there was ache, abundance where there was lack, revelation where there was confusion. You are stepping into the fullness of my intentional love. But listen to me here. This chapter will not be written in fear. It will be authored by your faith. And your faith doesn't have to be big. It only needs to be honest. I can work with your whisper. I can move through your mustard seed. Just give me your yes. Give me your attention. And I'll show you what I've written for you in this new season. Say it now, child, with your heart and in the comments. Father, I'm ready for what you've written for me. You may not know all the steps, but you know the one who guides them. You don't have to know the whole path to take the next step. This chapter requires movement. Spiritual movement, mental movement, emotional movement. So move with me. Walk with me. Let me take you by the hand and lead you into the unfamiliar that I've made familiar for you. You've read chapters before this one filled with loss, delay, rejection, wandering, silence. But now the narrative changes. Not because of chance, but because of choice. My choice. I chose this moment. I chose this timing. I chose you. And I chose to show up now because you're ready. Even if you feel weak, even if you feel scared, even if you doubt it, you don't step into new because you feel powerful. You step into new because I say go. And I'm saying it now. Go forward, not back. Don't look for confirmation in the patterns of your past. The past doesn't define what I am doing now. The former things have passed away. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? Open your spiritual eyes, beloved. It's here. It's happening. And it's yours. So breathe deeply, stand tall, shake off the weight of yesterday. Wipe your eyes and step across the threshold. You're not going back. You're moving forward. You're not ending. You're beginning. You're not fading. You're awakening. Because I am writing it. I am with you. And I am faithful to finish what I start. This is the dawning of your divine surprise. Say it aloud even now. This is my dawn. My Father is writing a new chapter for me. And trust me, child, it's a good one. But I do not speak these words to stir your emotions only. I speak them to awaken your preparation. This is not merely a moment to be comforted. It is a moment to be activated. I do not tell you that the season is changing to make you feel good, but to make you get ready. Prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare your spirit, because sudden change is not coming. It is here. It is near enough to knock on your door. And when it does, I want you to be positioned to say yes without hesitation. And know the sudden change is not something you've earned through perfect behavior or relentless striving. It is not a reward for spiritual performance. It is an entrusted gift, something I have been shaping just for you. Something I am now releasing because you have allowed me to shape you. You see, sudden change is not something you force into being. It is something I form in the secret place, and I deliver in the fullness of time. Child, this moment we're in right now, it's holy. It's the beginning of fulfillment, and yet it's still tender, like a sprout pushing through the soil. It's delicate, but it's alive. That is what I'm doing in you. You're not just being blessed. You're being born anew. You are stepping into a reality that matches what I planted inside you long ago. It's time for your inward transformation to meet your outward environment. I need you to understand this shift is not random. It's not coincidence. It's divine design. I've been weaving together threads you didn't even know existed. Behind the scenes, I've been aligning hearts, arranging details, orchestrating encounters. And now, like a conductor signaling the first note of a symphony, I am saying, begin. This is your cue. This is your moment. Write this in the comments right now. Father, I am ready for what you've prepared for me. But readiness does not mean you will feel brave. Readiness does not always come with a trumpet sound or a rush of courage. No, my child, readiness often comes quietly. Sometimes it comes with trembling hands and a heart that whispers, Lord, I'm scared, but I'll go. Readiness doesn't mean you have it all together. It means you trust me enough to move even when your knees shake. It means you've chosen to believe in my voice more than in your fear. That's all I ever needed from you. You see, readiness is not about your confidence in your own ability. It's not about being strong in yourself. It's about being surrendered to me. It's about being willing to follow even when the path looks foggy, even when the next step feels uncertain. It's about saying yes, Lord, when everything inside you still feels like it's healing. It's about trusting my timing when yours feels like it's running out. And let me tell you something, some of my strongest warriors never looked strong. They didn't feel brave, but they were available. They were surrendered. And that is what made them unstoppable. That's what makes you unstoppable. Your surrender is your strength. Your obedience is your breakthrough key. So I ask you again, not because I doubt you, but because I want you to truly see. Can you see it? Can you perceive it? Even if it's just the outline, even if it's just a whisper of what's coming, can you sense the shift in the air? Can you feel that holy stirring in your soul? That awakening, that pull towards something more? Because when I say sudden change is near, I don't mean something small or temporary. I mean transformation so swift, so sure, so undeniable that even your old fears, yes, those voices that used to keep you stuck, will be left stunned. They won't even recognize you anymore. They will lose their grip. Not because you got stronger on your own, but because you finally said, God, I trust you more than I trust the pain of my past. You are not stepping into change alone. I am walking with you. I am equipping you. I am going ahead of you. I am your rear guard. I am your covering. I am your counselor, your comforter, your advocate. I am the one who goes before you and makes the crooked places straight. So don't worry about how it will all unfold. Just stay close. Keep saying yes. Keep trusting. Keep moving. When I move now, write this in the comments if your spirit bears witness with this word. Even when I'm scared, I'll move with God. Let that be your declaration. Let that be your act of faith. Because it's not about being fearless. It's about being faithful. And as you make that declaration, expect the atmosphere to shift. Expect old fears to lose power. Expect peace to rise. Expect clarity to come. Expect that where confusion once reigned, now you'll hear me clearly. Expect that where doors were once shut, now they will begin to creak open. Because I honor your yes, I bless your obedience, and I never call without covering. Child, I know this has not been an easy season. I know the stretching has been uncomfortable. I know you've had to release some things you thought you'd carry forever. But what's ahead is greater. What's coming is weighty in glory. And you are ready not because you feel it, but because I say you are. You are not the same person you were last year or even last week. You've been growing in grace. You've been deepening in wisdom. You've been learning to lean, to listen, to wait, to worship. You've come through fire and come out refined. And now I am saying step out, step up, step in. This is not a moment to shrink back. This is not a time to question whether you belong. You do. I created this moment for you. I appointed this season for your unveiling. I wrote this shift into your story before you even took your first breath. This is the part of the book where the plot accelerates, where the breakthrough breaks through, where everything changes. So get ready, not with fear, but with faith. And walk forward, even if you walk slowly. Just don't stop. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for pursuit. Keep your eyes on me and I'll keep guiding your feet. Say it again with me. Readiness is not bravery. It's surrender. And that surrender, child, is the reason you're about to see what I've been preparing all along. You're not behind. You're right on time because you're moving with me. You've cried for change. You've begged for release. And now I am opening the floodgates. But I do it with purpose. This is not chaotic breakthrough. This is intentional heaven-backed destiny-aligned movement. You're not just entering a new season. You are becoming a new person. Say this out loud wherever you are. I am being remade by the hand of my Father. And as you say that, know this. Nothing in your past will disqualify you from what I am doing. Nothing you've lost will lessen what I'm about to give. In fact, Every loss has made room for what's about to arrive. Every delay has only intensified the impact of this release. My child, it's time to pack up the language of survival and step into the mindset of expansion. You are no longer just trying to make it. You are about to flourish. You're not just barely holding on. You're about to soar because I, your God, am moving on your behalf. And so I say again, prepare your heart. Position yourself. Be awake in the spirit. Be alert in your thinking. Let go of the distractions that have dulled your expectation. Let go of the voices that told you it's too late. Release the fear that has made you sit when I've asked you to stand. Write this below if you feel this fire in your spirit. I will not miss my moment. I will move with God because this isn't just a nice message. It's a divine announcement. The season has changed. The light is rising. And what's coming next has my fingerprint all over it. Walk into it, child. Walk with me. My timing has always been perfect. Yes, always. Even in those moments when it felt to you like I was delayed. Even when you cried out, "Lord, are you still coming?" I want you to know, child, that I never missed a moment. I never took a detour. I never forgot you for even a second. I was moving, arranging, designing things that you couldn't see. I was putting all the pieces in place, not just for your blessing, but for your becoming. You looked around and saw stillness, but I was orchestrating motion in the heavenlies. You thought nothing was happening, but I was calling people into position, shifting hearts behind the scenes, setting up divine appointments that could one day collide with your destiny. People, places, doors, resources, and yes, miracles. All of it was being aligned with such precision, with such care, because what I'm about to do in your life required heaven-level coordination. And you, my beloved, are the centerpiece of this divine unveiling. Like the artist who steps back from the canvas, not to abandon it, but to behold it. I, your creator, have stepped back in moments, not to leave you, but to look upon you with love, with wonder, with pride. Do you understand what I've been doing all this time? I've been shaping your life with the care of a master artisan. Every detail, every curve of your journey, every hue of your emotion, every contrast of shadow and light. I have been painting it all with intentionality. I never put down my brush. I never looked away from the canvas of your life. But sometimes, child, I had to step back to see what still needed fine-tuning. Not because I was unsure, but because I was committed to making you a masterpiece. And this next part of your story, it is not random. I do nothing by accident. I do nothing without purpose. You are not walking into luck, but into legacy. You are not stepping into coincidence, but into covenant. What you thought was delay was me layering depth. What you called silence was me sketching outlines you couldn't see yet. What felt like disconnection was me adding dimension. You may not have understood the strokes I used. You may have questioned the colors I chose. There were seasons that felt dark, brushes of black and gray, and you wondered, "Lord, where is the light?" But you must know this. Even shadows have a role in beauty. Even contrast has purpose. The valley you walked through gave you the shape that now reflects my glory. Every line has meaning. Every layer has been building toward this unveiling. And now, beloved child, I am signing it. Yes, I am placing my name across the season of your life. Not in small letters, not in the corner. I am writing it boldly as the author and finisher of your faith. I am saying to the world, this one is mine. This life belongs to me. This journey bears my fingerprints. Can you feel the weight of that, child? The honor of being known by the King of all creation. The one who formed the stars is affirming you now. Not for what you've done, but for who you are. You are my design, my expression, my message in motion. And what I am doing next through you will carry that signature boldly. Others will look and marvel. They'll ask, how did this come together? How did things shift so suddenly, so beautifully? And your response won't be about credentials or connections. It won't be about effort or luck. With tears in your eyes and joy in your heart, you will say, "Only God, only He could have done this." Because it's true. I am the one who took your scattered pieces and made a mosaic of mercy. I am the one who took your raw moments and turned them into radiant purpose. I am the one who never gave up on you when others walked away. And now I am putting the finishing touches on this chapter, not to complete you, but to prepare you for the next unveiling. There is glory ahead. There is movement ahead. There is unveiling ahead. This sign moment marks a shift not only in what's happening around you, but in how you see yourself. No more shame. No more second guessing. No more wondering if you're too late, too broken, too behind. You are right on time. And I, your Father, have written my name over you as a seal of love and ownership. Say it now with faith. God, I believe this is my sign season. You've been with me all along. So lift your head, take a breath, let go of fear, and stand before the world knowing you are not just a survivor. You are a canvas carrying the signature of God. And the world is about to see what I've seen in you all along. Can you sense it? That subtle shift, that gentle stirring, that's not just change. It's me. I'm the one behind the scenes, stepping into center stage. I'm the one turning the page, closing the chapter of silent waiting and opening a new one filled with answered prayers, fulfilled purpose and divine surprises. And when the time comes, and it's coming sooner than you think, when others look at your life and see the doors flinging open, the provision pouring in, the healing manifesting, the dreams resurrecting, they will ask, "How did this happen? How did it all change so suddenly?" And you with tears in your eyes and glory in your heart will say with a humble smile, "Only God." Because no one else could have written this story. No one else could have redeemed this pain. No one else could have orchestrated such beauty from the ashes. Only I could do this. Only I could love you like this. Only I could restore what you thought was lost and multiply it in ways that blow your mind. So trust my timing even when it confuses your expectations. Trust my process even when it stretches your patience. Trust my love because it never fails. I'm not late. I'm aligning. I'm refining. I'm preparing the way so that when the curtain opens, every eye will see. Not your perfection, but my faithfulness, not your striving, but my sovereignty. And they will know. They will know. This was the hand of God. Write this in the comments if you receive it. I trust God's timing even when I don't see the full picture. So no, you haven't been forgotten. You've been foretold. You haven't been left behind. You've been set apart. And this silence you've walked through, it's about to break into a sound of joy. The sound of answered prayers. The sound of destiny unfolding. Stay with me now, child. Keep walking. Don't rush ahead, but don't sit back in fear either. Just walk with me because what I have for you, it's better than you think, bigger than you dreamed, and closer than you realize. Tell me in the comments, child, have you ever felt like you were forgotten, even by me? I remember a young woman named Carrera. She had given everything she had to a dream she thought was from me. Her career, her finances, her time, and it all crumbled. She was left with nothing but silence. She cried on the floor and said, "Lord, I can't do this anymore." And I whispered that night, "Good. Now let me." 3 months later, in the most unexpected way, I opened a door she never could have earned or imagined. Not because she fought harder, but because she surrendered. Some of you are trying to earn what I've already planned to give. And I'm here to remind you, grace is not earned, it's received. Say it with me. I will stop striving and start trusting. Type it below. Let your soul agree. You see, the surprise I have planned for you isn't delayed. It's divine. You asked me to answer your prayer. But what if I told you I was preparing something even deeper? Something that would transform you, not just rescue you. Would you be willing to wait for something better than what you asked for? Are you hearing me, child? If you're still listening right, I choose to trust your timing, Father, because there is glory in the waiting. Now, I want to tell you something very few people ever believe fully until it happens to them. Sudden change is not just possible. It's coming for you. Yes. Sudden, divine, unmistakable change. The kind that interrupts the normal. The kind that heals in moments what years have broken. The kind that makes you weep. Because my goodness is too overwhelming to explain. Child, I want you to stay with me right now. Not just to listen, but to expect. If this word is stirring your heart, and you want to respond with gratitude for what's already on the way, pause right now and offer a seed of faith. A super thanks, not to earn my love, but to honor this moment between us. A small act of faith opens wide the gates of release. I want to take you somewhere now, deeper into my heart. Can I show you what I've seen? You at age 12, praying for someone to notice your pain. You at 19, walking away from what you knew was right because you felt too broken. You just last night wondering if it's too late to turn things around. I was there in every scene, not condemning, not distant, holding, whispering, protecting. And now I'm about to restore. I'm not just going to surprise you with an opportunity. I'm going to surprise you with yourself. You're going to wake up one day and not even recognize the strength, wisdom, and peace inside you. Because I've been doing a work in the deep while you've seen nothing on the surface. Comment this if you believe it. Something inside me is changing right now. Let me remind you of something. It doesn't take me long to bless you. It takes me long to prepare you for the blessing because I love you too much to give you something before your heart is ready to carry it. But I'm telling you today, you are ready now. Can you feel it, child? That shift in the wind, that stirring in your spirit, that's me breathing fresh life into your situation. Let me take you into another story. There was a man named Jonathan. He was in his 50s. For years, he served quietly, faithfully, while others passed him by. People told him he missed his moment. He believed it until I sent someone to find him and offer him a role he didn't apply for, didn't pursue, and didn't see coming. Why? Because I remembered him. And child, I haven't forgotten you either. If you've ever felt like time passed you by, I want you to write this. It's not too late. My time is coming because I am the Redeemer of time. And listen carefully. The thing you've been praying for, it's already on the move. Yes, that one prayer you barely whisper now because you're afraid to be disappointed again. I haven't forgotten. I'm not just answering it. I'm exceeding it. Stay with me till the very end of this message, my beloved. Because there is a moment coming, just minutes away, where I will release something into your heart you didn't even know you needed. And as we walk deeper, I want to ask, have you shut your heart off from hope to avoid pain? Many do. But I am not calling you to protect your heart from hope. I am calling you to open your heart to me again. Declare this in the comments. Hope is alive in me again. Let that be your resurrection cry. I know trust has been hard. People have failed you. Life has shaken you, but I am not like them. My promises do not shake. My love does not change. And right now, I'm inviting you to trust again. Pause with me here. If this message is renewing your faith, if you feel gratitude for this holy interruption, then honor it. A second time, sow a seed of faith with a super thanks, not out of pressure, but out of joy. Because where gratitude flows, blessings grow. Let me speak to something else. Now, many of you watching this have felt isolated, like you're walking through your journey alone. But that's not my will for you. You were never meant to do this alone. This channel, this sacred space, is not just media. It's my movement, a place for my sons and daughters to gather, to hear my voice, to stand together in faith. And if you felt alone, let me tell you plainly, this is your family. This is your home. Join this channel, not as a subscriber, but as a son or daughter coming home. Say yes to the family I've prepared for you. You belong here. Say it below. I'm part of God's family now. And if you've been silently asking me what now, this is your answer. Walk with me. Not just in emotion, but in obedience. Not just when it feels good, but even when it feels silent. There are doors I'm opening that require your yes. Your bold yes. The next chapter of your life will not be written by your fear. It will be written by your faith. And if you've stayed with me this long, know this: few do, but the ones who do, I bless them with revelation. So here it is. You're about to enter a season where answers will find you. People will seek you out. Resources will locate you. Not because you chased them, but because you chased me. Type this now. I'm ready to receive what's been chasing me. And when it comes, because it will, I want you to remember this moment. I want you to return here and say, God told me it was coming and it came. As we come near the end, I offer this final invitation. If your spirit is moved, if your heart is full, and if you want to honor this moment not just with words, but with a tangible act of gratitude, this is your third and final invitation to give. Not to pay me, but to honor me with a super thanks from your heart to mine. What you do in moments like this writes legacy. My child, I am proud of you. You've made it through things no one knows about, and you didn't quit. That alone is proof that I've been carrying you. Now receive this final truth. The divine surprise I have for you is closer than it's ever been. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to force it. You just have to trust me. Stay close to me. Stay obedient. Stay grateful. And I will show you a miracle that proves my love was always greater than your fear. Say it loud one more time in the comments. Father, I receive it all. And now go in peace. What's coming will leave you in tears of joy. But you won't be surprised. You'll remember this moment because I told you it was on the way. I love you forever. Your Father. Amen.